Hi, it's Terry Gaines. I have a couple fun projects to share with you made with a toilet paper cardboard roll. The first one is a gift card holder, or you could put money in it. It doesn't have to be just for a gift card or a special note in it. So there's not too many supplies that are needed for the mechanics of the project. You need a piece of cardstock that is 2 inches by 9.5, scored at 4 1/4 or folded in half. You also need a hole punch or a take topper punch that will punch a hole in each end. And I have a couple options that are perfect. This is the delightful take topper punch, which you can put a 2-inch, 1.5, or 1-inch strip of paper in there and it will punch a hole in the top. And that one's going to be used for the second project. For this one, I'm going to use the fancy take topper punch. And both of them create a hole. One has a slit and the other one has a circle. The slit will work perfect for ribbons of any thickness that will fit in here. And the one with the hole, your ribbon can't be too thick. But speaking of ribbon, for the gift card holder, we need a 16-inch piece of ribbon. And then for the inside, you need a card. And the reason you need a card, it's going to hold the gift card or the money, and it needs to have a fold on it. So this is going to be 2 1/4 by 7, folded in half or scored. Now this can be designer series paper, it can be cardstock, you can stamp on it. I stamped the birch with cherry cobbler ink, the birch background stamp on here. And the to from is from a stamp set that I'll share in a moment when I show you the decorating part of this project. So you need that. So those are really, and you need a toilet paper cardboard roll. So those are going to be the mechanics of the card. Adhesive wise, I'm going to suggest tear and tape, mini glue dots, and dimensionals. Dimensionals are a must and they are a strong adhesive. So let's get started here. I'm trying to prep a lot of the work here so the video won't be too long, but for a gift card holder you need to flatten the toilet paper roll, and a bone folder works great for that. And we're going to just crease these edges. Now you can wrap this with designer series paper or you can stamp it. So if you're going to stamp it, I'm going to show you the birch background stamp. With the background stamp, I like leaving them flat on the table. That way I can bring my ink to the stamp, and then I can bring the project to the stamp. And I'm going to place this down here. Take some scrap paper, place that down, put the flat of my fingers to get a good coverage. I seem to have better results with the flat of the fingers instead of the fingertips. Oops, and there you have that. But we don't want to stop with just one side. We want to actually decorate the other side too. Stamp it up with the birch bark, and I'm going to place this down again, put the scrap paper down, cover up, and that helps not get the ink on the fingers. But a lot of times when I'm making my craft projects and using ink, I do get my fingers full of ink. So there we go. So that's how you could use a background stamp, and there's many options to choose for background stamps, or you could just stamp any design on here. So we have that flattened. We have this with the holes and punch. Now this is going to go inside here, and it needs to be adhered. As you can see, this cardboard roll wants to pull open and everything wants to go back to its natural state. So we need a few stacks of dimensionals to be placed in here. From some of the ones I've made and some experimenting coming up with this design, I found that it's best to stack these, and I would stack them at least 3 thick. And also another tip is do not put them towards the ends. You want to put this towards the middle, and I should have left the backing on that because we need to do this also on the other side. But you also need to remember to take the backing off before you stack them, because they will fall apart. So 3 thick, 2 stacks, and I didn't bring a little trash bin over here, so I'm just throwing the little backings over on the side. So take the backings off, all of them, and I have them 3 stacked. These dimensionals are a real strong adhesive, and that's what you need. So again, this is going to want to go back to its natural state. So another idea or tip is to just score it again. as you can see, it wants to pull open. So you're going to set that down, place this right in the middle, center it on, center it in your toilet paper roll, and then squeeze this, hold it, give it time to adhere. Now you have attached that to the inside. The rest is really super simple. You're going to put the ribbon through that opening that you've created on the ends of that cardboard or cardstock, and get the ribbons to be even. You're going to take your card, folded end goes down. You're going to push that through. As you push that down, the ribbons go down. You're going to take these ends, and then you're going to I'm going to straighten those ends. I want them to be even again. You can straighten that out. Make just a slip knot to tie the two ends together. And then you will have your gift card holder. You pull the ribbons and your money or your gift card can be placed right in here. You can decorate this with any decorative design you want. If you have card kits, you can add images from that. I have prepped a poinsettia using the poinsettia die set, and I put tear and tape just on right across one strip, straight up and down. And the reason I did that, as we talked, this wants to go back to its natural state. So I want to just adhere it right to this edge. So I'm going to place it right in the center with tear and tape. Tear and tape is a strong adhesive. It's double-sided. You place it down, you can tear it or cut it. And I'm trying to do some prep work for that. Now the to from on the inside and 'Tis the Season is from a stamp set that's called Tag Buffet. It's a really beautiful stamp set, and I have stamped that, put one dimensional on the side. I'm going to place that right here. It's 'Tis the Season, and then I'm going to add another little image that I've stamped that says Roll with It, and that is from a stamp set called Game On. Whoops. And that is actually one stamp. It says, it's your day, roll with it. What I like to do a lot of times is cut my stamps, because now I have it's your day, and then I have roll with it to use separately, or I can always put it back together and have it as its original stamp. So that's where I got the roll with it. I have this on a longer strip of paper. I'm going to take a bone folder, curve it, then I'm going to take a pencil and roll it around a pencil or a pen. And when I get close to the edge, I'm going to take a mini glue dot, my Take Your Pick tool, pick that glue dot up. These are really nice, strong adhesive dots. Then I'm going to roll that around, adhere that together, slip the pen or pencil out, and then take another mini glue dot, looks like I got one right here, and place that right here. And then I'm going to place that so it almost looks like a little bit of a toilet paper roll. So I should probably put I'm going to put a dimensional on that. I'm going to let that pop up a little bit. And these dimensionals are really strong too. So I'm going to put that right here. 'Tis the season, roll with it. Isn't that appropriate for 2020? So that is a gift card holder, and super fun to make, and you can decorate these with any of your different images. You can wrap it with designer series paper. You can put designer series paper in here with the to from and money. Gosh, that one has money in it. So you can do this, but it doesn't have to be just for Christmas. You can use the birch bark and do something for a birthday or just a fun gift to give someone. And here is the Game On stamp set with the dice, and it's your day, and roll with it with designer series paper. This one I even wrapped a little bit of tissue or toilet paper. I had to cut it down just so I could still see the cardboard. But what a fun way to get a fun gift to someone. But let's say you don't cut that, or you don't flatten your toilet paper roll. Then inside here, you can put different candies or different items in here, including for your friends who are legal drinking age, you could put a bottle of liqueur in there. So if you want to decorate it with a designer series paper, your designer series paper, and I had a piece here, let's see if I can remember where I put all these things. Here we go. I'm going to take this out. You got a few different dimensions if you're going to put a gift inside or use it for a packaging idea. So your cardboard or cardstock, I don't know why I call it cardstock. My videos are unedited, so they will contain bloopers. Hopefully I give you enough instructions to make these projects. So this is 1 inch by 11. I've scored it at 4 7/8 and 6 1/8 because we want a bottom base. And I use this other tag punch on the end and punch 2 holes. And we have that. We also need 2 circles. They need to be a 1 inch circle, 2 of them. Or you can take a quarter and trace a quarter and cut that out. We need an 18-inch piece of ribbon and designer series paper, you can't stamp this. Well, you could, it might be harder, but this one I'm going to wrap with designer series paper. I'm going to give you a tip on your designer series paper. That's also going to want to go back flat to its natural state. So I would take a bone folder and just curve it on the side you want to use. I would put a couple strips of tear-in tape. I've done that ahead of time. Apply pressure. With pressure will allow you to get the backing off. Pressure and friction helps with that. Take your pick. And I put a couple strips just on one end. The reason I don't put it on this end is this allows me to place it down, look for equal spacing, get it all squared up, and it allows me to bring this piece over and get my best attempt to get those 2 aligned. Also, it's strong adhesive. 2 strips will allow the paper to adhere to itself, and the other strip will adhere to the cardboard so it doesn't fall off. Now, this was made with a base on the bottom because this is going to hold your item from not falling out. So we're going to do the same thing, and I don't have this prepped with dimensionals, but let's see, where did I put those? Here they are. I'm going to just put 3 dimensionals, and I'm just going to put 1 stack here. And this cardboard roll is not going to want to try to go back to its natural state. So you don't have that issue with this, but you do need to make sure this adheres well. And in saying that, you could put more than 1 stack, and they can be closer to the ends if you want to separate those, because this isn't going to change its shape. So I'm going to place this right in here. I'm going to hold it together so my dimensionals don't touch the cardboard until I get the base flat to the table. Open that up, place my finger in there, and get those dimensionals to adhere. We want this to stay attached to the roll. So now what we can do is take the ribbon and place it through. And when you have a hole versus a slot, you can still get different width ribbons in here. And the tip I would give you is don't have a ribbon full of little adhered metallic sparkles or something like that, or any texture to it, because it's got to pull up and down and it can get caught and have a little bit of a struggle here. Now this ribbon is going to go on the bottom of your project or your packaging, whatever you put in as packaging, and it's going to pull it back out. Well, this little ribbon can easily get on the other side of your project. So I would advise you to punch 2 1-inch circles or trace a quarter, put some strong adhesive on the back, put 1 on one side of the ribbon, and then put 1 on the other side of the ribbon. What that's going to do is create a base. So when you put your project down, it's got more than just the ribbon to hold on to. And I'm going to put this in here. This will just for decorative or assembly purposes, let me say that. Now you have your ribbons ends here. Take them, hold them together. And again, I had the same issue last time. I should have did a better job getting those ribbons a little bit closer to even. I think I skipped that step in this little presentation. Now that you have that, and you can pull this out and you have whatever you place in here. So as I mentioned, it can be candy, it can be, let me show you a couple. It can be candy, or it can be For your legal drinking age friends and family members, it can be a liqueur. And you can decorate these however you want for the person you're giving them to. And you could also even get a brand new toilet paper roll, decorate that, and have your items come right out of that. And I hope you had fun, or I hope you enjoyed this project and have fun making it. And if you want to pop over to my blog, there'll be if you found me via YouTube, there'll be a link in the comments section. You can come over to my blog and see the photos of all these projects and the dimensions. And I hope you had fun with this project. I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just click the red box under the video. Thanks for stopping by. Take care and stay safe and stay healthy.